you might as well just send that motherfucking money now.
But man, you gotta believe, man.
Yeah, I believe it is some bullshit. Because he'd have been, if David Griffin would have got rid of him when he walked in the door, then it would have been different. Alvin Gentry ain't coaching no more basketball in the National Basketball Association. You believe head coaching no more basketball. Because you got people like Tyronn Lue, you got people like Sam Cassell, and others coming down the pipeline. And then, let's not forget, the old faithful, the white coach that was a scrub for 1,000 years. The Tom Thibodeaus of the world. They getting that job way before Alvin Gentry.
We shall see, my brother.
I mean, like, and when you talk about underachieving, well, what about the coach of the Portland Trail Blazers? He been underachieving for God knows how long.
But they've been making the playoffs. Man.
I thought they was trying to win championships.
Hey, playoff or making the playoffs.
So that's all you need your team to do is make the playoffs and keep your job.
I mean, you need to make it at least once a time.
So why the Nets coach fired?
The Nets coach fired because they say he didn't. What's calling them didn't like his talent coach.
Kyrie and the other crybaby.
Yeah, that's what the rumor is.
Last night, Porzingis got kicked out the game. Talk to me about that.
I mean, it was the first one was kind of, you waved his hand at the ref and they checked them. But I mean, if you already have a technical foul, you shouldn't be trying to get in no skirmishment.
But see, I'm tired of people saying that, man. The reason those same people that say that are the same people that say play with passion. He didn't throw a punch. He didn't swing on them. It's the fucking playoffs. But you want these guys to play with passion. But then you want me to be able to slow down and say, when you see one of your teammates, see, it's like that video I sent you of John Sally. When John Sally said the NBA wants to get rid of this specific image. Basically, the NBA wants to get rid of anything that reminded them of black people. And I know this is a 7-foot-tall white boy that we're discussing, but that was a joke. At what point, see, this is why people make those statements like the NBA is fixed, it's rigged, the refs getting paid. You can tell this hooked up. They didn't want these people to win. That's why those things are being said about the NBA at all times. Because you don't kick out an NBA star out of a playoff basketball game and he didn't even throw a punch. Just like they kicked out Stoudemire and them for standing up and looking down the way. The NBA need to be ashamed of themselves, man. Huh? Yeah, against the Spurs. Seriously, man, it's a joke. You want me to be enthralled into the game. You want me to be emotionally involved in the game. But I see one of my players, one of my teammates getting jacked up. I walk over to do a little jawing. I ain't really trying to get in no fight. It's the middle of the playoffs. It's the beginning of the playoffs, rather. And you want me to go, well, wait a minute. I have a tech. I should be thinking like this. Or would you be like, hey, man, stall that bullshit out, man. That's not reality. Because, as Skip Bayless would say, Michael Jordan wouldn't do that. Because we saw Michael Jordan in the playoff series almost get into it with a bunch of people. That's just not the way that's not the way a human is wired. Wait a minute. You finna throw my guy to the ground. Let me see how many texts I got. But this is why the NBA is a failing league, if you ask me. This is why the NBA is a failing ass league that very few people watch. People watching the playoffs because shit like this. When you got soft ass Dirk Nowitzki talking about that was a soft ass, you don't do that in the playoffs, man. You just don't. Besides that, how did you like that game?
So far, these playoff games been good, man. So good. So good. I mean, Alexius had almost a triple double with turnovers. But I think he playing good, man.
I guess.
I like it so far, man.
Huh?
Shit, I like it so far, man. So Milwaukee lost today.
I like Toronto. Like I said that 2 weeks ago. I like Toronto. They're well coached. Even though my man hit 8 threes last night, they don't overdo it with threes. They have ball movement. They playing basketball. And again, with Brett Brown is another one of those coaches that I would meet his ass at the tunnel and fire him. Like, Elton Brand need to be meeting Coach Brown at the tunnel and just say, look, just go home. We got to compete. Because you got a Joel Embiid on fire and you don't pump the ball down to him against 6'7" and 6'8" dudes. He was rolling. And y'all shooting three. You got players on the team who basketball IQ is not astute enough to pass a hot man the ball. If that ain't Skip Bayless stupid, I don't know what is. And the sad thing is, Mark Jackson had just said, do you think we'll ever see another time in the league when they'll play inside out again?
No, not probably within the next 4 or 5 years.
This I watched last night because I needed to be able to talk about this intelligently tonight. But I don't see me watching this a lot. Because this is some of the stupidest basketball I've ever seen in my life. I've seen 7 foot tall dudes being guarded by 6'5" dudes, and they stop for the jumper. Back them down, 2 bounces, nobody coming in for the double, and you turn around 12 feet away from the basket and shoot. I can't watch this, man. And listening to the commentary a lot of these games is why I listen to games with the fucking music on. Because this is just stupid. You say what?
No, I said that's messed up. You gotta let it up.
Because they on that line, man. They lying. Oh, that's championship basketball. No, it's not. There's nothing championship about this style of basketball. It's kind of whack. I mean, I can't take it. I mean, like I said, only reason I'm watching is so I can have something intelligent to say or be able to speak intelligently about it. But if football started tomorrow, when football started, I'm not watching this no more. Shit like watching, it's literally, and I'm not talking about the aesthetics of the crowd. I'm talking about watching the actual game. This shit is like watching Xbox, like watching two dudes play Xbox. It's either three or dunk. Nobody's fundamentally sound. Nobody has basketball IQ. And I don't know, man. Maybe I'm too old to watch basketball now. Yeah, seriously, because I'm borderline about to check out of all the sports, and I'm dead serious because this analytics thing is really blowing me. It really annoys the hell out of me. I've never seen professionals that cannot play a game that they're paid for. I don't know a damn thing about coaching, but I am 99% sure I can outcoach most of these coaches in the National Basketball Association. I would take one of these analytics dummies and coach light years around them. I honestly believe that. Maybe I'm delusional, but I would take my chances with Larry Brown as my assistant head coach, some of these other coaches, against NBA caliber coaches, and I ain't never coached a damn thing. Because, yeah, OKC, they losing right now to Houston, but if you gave me quality ball players and like Craig Hodges and another NBA caliber coach, I think I can outcoach most of these coaches. Because just on the human aesthetic. Okay, you hot from three. Well, you gonna come down here and play some defense now. And shooting a jump shot, I know shooting a jump shot is 60% your legs. But if your legs tired, you're not gonna hit no threes. That's why Steph Curry don't do well in the fourth quarter, because he's a shooter. And if you make him guard somebody, his shot not gonna be as crisp. So in the fourth quarter, if you made him guard, he's off, and that's usually the Golden State Warriors' ass. You don't think so?
But the way that the game is played now, I don't.
Because
there's no coach. There's nobody that really coach like that no more. Even Bob really don't coach like that no more.
It's just a pitiful situation, if you ask me. I would hate. If I ever stop doing this show, I'm done watching basketball. Well, professional basketball, because college basketball, they still coach. The day that I say, man, the end of the bench will be about checkers, I'm not watching pro basketball ever again. Because what's the strategy now? Everybody shoot as many threes